And Matumi.
No!
When I grow up, I want to be a Matumi.
Hello and welcome to President's Quarters. I hope you are good and your year has been going good. Otherwise, watch and binge watch more of my videos, and I promise you your day will be much better. Today I want to talk about test reviews. Have you thought about that before? Well, how many of you actually review your test scripts after receiving results and your memos? Well, I've had a couple of friends over time. After we receive our results, we receive our scripts, they never check their scripts again. And guess what happens sometimes? It's a similar question gets repeated in the next assessment. And you go like, oh damn, I forgot how it's done. Simply because the only time you attended it was when you actually wrote the test or exam. So today I want to talk about exactly that. It is important, guys, that you review your scripts after you wrote your tests, right? So what I normally advise is once you receive your results and you have the memo to the test and you get your actual script, make it a study session. Reviewing your scripts, it should be a study session on its own. I remember in 2020, after my test once, yes. So let me just show you something. So after my test once, what I did was I got my script, my memos, and obviously I knew the marks that I had. And then I went to the sections I got right. So those ones were easy to go through because you know that thing. But the key thing, I checked where did I lose the marks on the section that I got good marks at. And then I undergo a mini notes session. So you need to have a blank page. You must have a what they call, even lecturers would advise, a black book where you literally write these things down. These things will help you that when you prepare for your next assessment, you don't always have to restudy that topic. If it was covered in a test, you just that mini notes in a notebook or black book that you've written, you just go through those ones, and then that is how you prepare for your next assessment. So literally, for example, this one was for taxation, right? My handwriting. I've been criticized for my handwriting. So literally, it's like a one pager, 2 page. For tax even it was literally 2 pages. So it's a page. The page I just showed you, and this one. So literally, I went through the script. So the parts that I got right, I looked at, okay, where did I lose the marks, right? And then make small notes. I checked, okay, where did I go wrong, right? So here's a key thing about a test review as well. The first thing you need to check, okay, obviously you know your marks, right? The second thing you need to check, it is, okay, in my response to the required, did I understand what the required is about? Because that's a key thing. If you don't understand required, then you'll mess up. Even if they repeat the required, you won't know how to answer it. So look at the required. Did I understand the required in the test or exam? Right? And if your answer is yes, then you can proceed to actual study of the memo. Because marking in itself, it's a study session. So let me read 1 or 2 sentences from my text test 1 in 2020. I said, when calculating recruitment, right, selling price must be before allowances. You must limit base cost before allowances as well, and less tax value after allowances. Right? And I made small notes. I said, be careful of dates, because I messed up dates on one when I was answering. So instead of saying a certain month, I messed up the actual month, because it's one of the tricks that can be in an exam. Small things that can make a difference. See here, and then NB. The year of assessment affected and the portion thereof, because it was a portional. So sometimes they tell you you bought this vehicle in Jan and now maybe it's August. So counting your months properly actually helps, and that is the note I made. Right? You must be careful of your dates. If you could claim VAT on something, i.e. exam supply, you can't levy VAT on it. So if you could not claim VAT on something, you can't levy VAT on it. So basically, that's just small one sentences, right, from my test reviews. Okay, these are things I need to review. And then having made these notes, then you go study the sections, then I'm telling you, you know that thing. You don't need to come back and restudy again. For your next assessment, you just review these things, and then, yeah, you move it, and Bob's your uncle. So, friends, it is important for you to review your test. Why? Because it's a learning opportunity where you can fill the gaps, that you had in the exam, and you check, did I understand the required, and did I respond to the required properly? And need to also, the important thing about test reviews as well is it helps you if you were cheated marks. So sometimes lecturers are human beings, so they can sometimes make mistakes in their marking. So if you review a test, we can actually see where you were cheated, right? You are able to learn from your mistakes, any form of mistakes, whether it's a grammar problem or the actual content problem. And by reviewing your test, you're able to identify, did I have an exam technique problem, or is it a content problem? If it's an exam technique problem, therefore it means I need to put in more practice. If it is a content problem, it means I must go back to study that particular section, and you attempt tarts or questions, and then you're good to go. Should you redo your question or question paper? I don't necessarily think that would be necessary. Maybe later when you are closer to exams and you're practicing. But what is important, if you go through a thorough test review, you won't need to redo that paper. You can redo certain questions that you found super difficult, like where you messed up, but you don't have to redo the whole question paper. And I hope this video, amigos, muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Sharp.